A good evening to all sports fans and welcome to tonight's thrilling netball showdown. We are coming to you live from SWAKOPMUND the Dome, where two powerhouse teams are ready to take center stage. The atmosphere is electric and the excitement is palpable as we gear up for an action-packed match.
Oh yeah, so what you said, Nelly, an absolute time to be alive here at the MTC Dome in the coastal town of SWAKOPMUND. Both teams have been an incredible form that is throughout the tournament. And tonight we can expect that is a lot of surprises in store for you, for me, for everybody watching now. That is on NBC Sports and NBC2. It's Namibia taking on Zambia. Zimbabwe.
Absolutely. Both teams have been in incredible form this season. And tonight we can expect nothing less than fast-paced action, skillful playing, and perhaps a few surprises as mentioned earlier. And here is the lineup for Team Zimbabwe. GK, we have Elizabeth, GD, Felicitas. Wing defense, we have Upenyu. Center, Anifa. Wing attack, Nicole will be taking wing attack. And GA, Nobukozi with GS, Sharon. And this is under the coachmanship of Mutsauki.
Definitely a promising lineup there from the Zimbabwean team.
With the captain, of course, is Felicitas. On the screen right now, you are looking at the Namibian Desert Jewels, and this is how their lineup look like. Goal defense, we have Cornelia Corey, and sorry, that's the GK. And GD, we have Loide, also known as Boki or Kanona. Wing defense, we have Grace, a very young athlete there. Center, we have Shannon. Wing attack, we have Imbileni, France, and Kaspar captaining the team. Anna, that is the GA, as well as Louise as the GS. This is under the coachmanship of Julene Meyer.
Definitely an excitement game here as these two teams are battling out. That is for the top two teams in Pool 1. Namibian Desert Jewels are suffering a defeat that is last night. And
that's right.
Zimbabwe shocking us all. That is with the opening game against Uganda, taking a victory there between Uganda and Zimbabwe. And now definitely in the game to take that is the #1 spot in Pool 1. How do you think this is going to play out?
I'm so excited. I do not want to have any pre-deceived decisions or expectations. I just want to really sit back and enjoy this game. I do wish both teams the best of luck, and I know it will be one electrifying game today. And as the players take their positions, we are moments away from the start. It's going to be a battle of skills, speed and strategy. The crowd is buzzing and the teams are primed, and we're just about ready to see some spectacular netball action. Don't go away. This is going to be a game to remember.
Oh yes, and the crowd definitely came out in numbers to show some love. That is for the Namibian Desert Jewels, and our match officials also ready there, ready to start this game. But of course we need to take this moment and take quick pictures, because that is all we are left with after this experience, right?
That is right, ladies and gentlemen.
So that is the beautiful Namibian Desert Jewels taking a picture there. A cameraman saying, all good, we are ready to go. So for you that is just joining us now, good evening to a lovely hour of lovely.
Do you think
netball.
we should just greet them in our native languages? The Namibians, of course. Let's give the Zimbabweans a beautiful welcome here in Africa. But before we do so, let us look at the match officials. We've got Theo from South Africa, Elinza from South Africa, as well as the Third Empire Casual as well, as from South Africa as well. So Matokerwa Nawa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and there goes the first whistle. Let the games begin. Zimbabwe, of course, on the attack. The center, beautiful tap there from our lovely wing defense. Grace.
Definitely a fiery start to this match.
Both teams will not back down at all. I think both teams have a point to prove. Zimbabwe not wanting at all to lose any games, as they have really won both of their first two games, and Namibia suffering a defeat as announced earlier. So Namibia definitely have a lot to lose and a point to prove Unfortunately for Imbileni, she lost that one for the Namibian team, and now Zimbabwe definitely on the attack.
Oh yes, Zimbabwe is dressed in a beautiful color of white, coming out with lots of spirits, in the Namibian Desert Jewels in the formal red, looking to take on this quarter with all their might.
Of course, and Ursula singing the first goal for this game, and that is the GA of Zimbabwe.
Match official, that is Elizna, just making sure that all things are right, and we are off. Quick play there between Imbileni and Casper, the captain of Namibia, just not sinking that one.
Trying her first attempt there, and unfortunately for her missing that one. Zimbabwe getting the rebound beautifully, and they are currently driving on the attacking side. Bit of an overcooked ball there, but Ursula was just at the perfect position to receive that one. Lloyd there causing an obstruction.
Definitely a change in the defense of Namibia Desert Jewels, seeing that Lloyd came in as a wing defense in the previous game, but coach is definitely taking another strategy against Zimbabwe and starting her on goal defense. And now again a beautiful, almost beautiful feed there to the goal shooter Sharon.
Bit of an overcook there to Sharon.
Oh,
unfortunately, she could not really handle that one, and it is a turnover there for the Namibian team.
Goma says finding Louise there, feeding it on the baseline there to Anna Kasper.
Anna getting herself a penalty there, and of course she sinks it in for Namibia. They did steal that center from Zimbabwe. It is the Namibian center now, almost a held ball, and it is a held ball.
Goma says she's struggling there
really
to find her teammates.
And of course, Sharon singing that one there in for Zimbabwe. A very cool, calm, collected shooter. I mean, really, she has that demeanor where she just takes her time and relaxes, doesn't show any frustrations or any pressure there. Misses that one. Umpire says continue.
I think she knew she was going to go for it.
Yeah,
it was going to be
exactly
a turnover, and already is. Imbileni and Goma is just not connecting so well, but match officials calls for contact.
That's right. I think both teams are really high in spirits. They're really fast. The tempo is quite high. I do not know whether or not we need to bring it a little bit down. Beautiful pass there to the captain, Anna Kasper. And you can see the celebration there from Louise as well. And it is their center pass.
Quick feeds there between the goal defense and center, finding Imbileni now rewarded. That is penalty. Quick play there. Namibian Desert Jewels definitely making sure that they don't waste any more of those 3 seconds again. A push and a shove there in the shooting circle of Namibian Desert Jewels. Definitely going to be a tough one and a tight one and a battle till the end throughout this game.
Of course, you're going to see blood, sweat, tears, and knuckles if we must in this court today, because both teams, as explained, through pass between the Namibian beneath court there. Both teams will try to make sure that indeed they give it their all tonight, as both teams have a lot to prove tonight.
Comfortable take there by Sharon, the Zimbabwean shooter. And now the Desert Jewels. Quick play there between Louise and Anna Kasper, but match official just bringing the ball back to the initial infringement.
That was quite a bad pass, eh? Very slow and very predictable. I think they really need to polish up on those passes if they really want to win this one.
Oh yes, and the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe was definitely the star of their victory over Uganda. So she is definitely going to put pressure on Louise, the goal shooter of the Namibia Desert Jewels. And if they don't find their way around it, she's going to find her way in it.
Of course, that's right. You truly want to use everything to your advantage, be it the attacker or the defender. Beautiful, beautiful take there from Corey, who unfortunately couldn't get her teammates to support that intercept. And of course, Sharon gets her hands on it. And what does she do? She beautifully and calmly sings it in there for Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you are live here at SWAKOPMUND, the Dome, where we have Zimbabwe facing Namibia, the host, and Zimbabwe in the lead currently with 3-5.
A battle of the top, that is of Pool 2. Uganda safely, definitely securing their win after today's result. Zimbabwe and Namibia battling it out now for that second position. Who is it going to be?
Unfortunately for Namibia, they're losing that center pass. Beautifully intercepted there by the wing defense of Zimbabwe. And now Zimbabwe is currently on the attack.
Quick pass there between Sharon and Ursula.
That's right.
Of, Zimbabwe, and you see the crowd definitely behind the girls, cheering them on, making sure that they know that their love, support is here, and quickly taking that one as well.
That's a beautiful tap there from Lloyd, winning that turnover there for the Namibian team. Beautiful play there from the wing attack. Zanet. Namibia still trying to break through.
Farmer just bouncing the ball there to Louise. Definitely not an accurate pass there, as Louise was wide open. Unnecessary for the bounce ball. You see, unnecessary passes can actually cause unnecessary calls for errors, right?
And again, the ball turns into the direction of the Namibian post. I mean, I do agree with you. Unnecessary. Sorry.
Yes, like my co-host just let you know as well, unnecessary passes, definitely not the way Namibian
The sooner you start
Jules
avoiding that, the better actually, because then you adapt to a certain style of playing. Namibia is still struggling to get lovely play there from Ursula.
Yeah, Ursula is definitely going to put in the work for the rest of the game, that's for sure.
One shooter to reckon with. I mean, seriously, she's very athletic and very skillful, actually, both in attacking and defense. Just look at her hooking onto her wing attack.
Gomez is finding Anna Kasper, that finds Louise, plays it back to Farmer. Finding her center in the pocket.
That's
another
ball
error.
Play.
Talk about balls that I just said that is unnecessary to pass, and then now you see errors being caused by the Namibian Desert Jewels, and definitely Zimbabwe capitalizing on that errors. Every turnover, making it sink. A beautiful pass there by the center, and Ursula just balancing it perfectly.
Doing a bit of a matrix there.
A matrix move there.
That's right. And I think, speaking of the turnovers for Zimbabwe, and I want to believe that is what really won them that game against Uganda, because every chance they got, they made sure. And I don't think they will do anything different tonight against the Namibian team.
Oh,
they definitely will utilize any opportunity presented to them tonight. The score currently is 8-3 with Zimbabwe in the lead.
For some reason, we just trying to figure out is Namibia, the Desert Jewels, going to break through this defense of Zimbabwe, as they are tight marking every person and definitely reading those spaces where the Namibian Desert Jewels are trying to feed those balls. Louise takes the shot, unsuccessfully does so, and Zimbabwe again on the attack with that rebound, calmly taken by Elizabeth, that is the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe. Definitely have been doing the ultimate most for the team since, and Ursula jumping into that baseline.
That's right.
Steps and takes it.
I think there will be a technical change there from the Namibian side of things, and I see Mwale coming in, and Loide taking the goal defense. No, Cornelia taking goal defense, and Mwale taking the GK, that is.
Right,
and there is an introduction of the shooters as well from the Namibian side. Louise coming off, and Pura Foxy coming in as goal shooter.
Definitely an early change that is from the Namibian Desert Jewels. Definitely seeing that the first 11 minutes of the game wasn't working for them the way they planned, and that is where you see early tactical changes being made in order for them to reach the gap, as Zimbabwe is definitely 10-3 ahead of them now, and it's going to be a bumpy ride.
It's going to be a bumpy ride, especially for the Namibian team. As they really need to make sure that they stand strong, firm, and walk away around the circle as they shoot. It is them on the attack right now.
Farmer getting that at the top of the circle, finding Anna Kasper. And match official already called that is for a penalty, retaken, and she sinks it.
That's the fourth goal for Namibia, and Zimbabwe leading with 10.
You can see Anna Kasper, the captain, just talking to the goal shooter of Namibia Desert Jewels, Foxy, that just joined the team, and definitely still going to get warmed up throughout the game. Perfect feed there to Ursula, that comfortably takes that one and sinks it in for Zimbabwe.
I believe this is the same kit that they actually used when they actually defeated Uganda.
So you still think this is the lucky charm of the uniforms that they got?
I mean, they've been winning all their games, or rather the 2 games that they've played thus far.
Yes.
But I believe it's a beautiful display of African art there, beautiful color scheme that they actually use on it, as well as the Namibian, of course, flag, Namibian colors being displayed on their kit as well. That's the Desert Jewels head coach, Julene, in this game.
Miss Julie Meyer is definitely going to have a stress of her life during this game, as she definitely also wants to commence throughout the tournament. Definitely has a lot of work in store for her, but she only has 3 quarters to make that possible.
Well, in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's right. As you see, right behind her is the outgoing Namibian netball president, Rebecca. Very successful event here, supported by everybody necessary. We've had the minister grace us with her presence. We still have the Netball Namibia president, as well as the African Netball president, and we have Anna Kasper doing the most there at the back.
Absolutely,
minimizing those goal differences to just a 6.
Captain taking charge of the team.
That's right.
And you see behind there, so the Zimbabwean crowd are definitely cheering on for the girls there with the flag, and just letting them know that you guys can do this. This is possible, and it is all by your hard work that all things are possible. And now you see the crowd also just feeling a bit frustrated there with the Namibian Desert Jewels and not doing what they're supposed to do. But now Goma says ready to take the center.
Not quite sure why the Namibian team is really not availing themselves for those center passes, making it seem as though, you know, it's layable. Beautiful pass there to Foxy, and who comfortably sinks it in, and that is her first goal of this match.
And now Zimbabwe on the attack. Ursula playing it back to the transfers line. Comfortably feeding it into the shooting circle where Sharon is awaiting. Finds on the baseline. Sinks it in.
Of course, Sharon really using her body to make sure that she does protect the pole as well as the ball, and that she successfully gets it and make sure that she feeds it in into the circumference of the goal pole. A lot of movement there in the Namibian circle. Foxy taking a tip there, getting right up. Namibia being forced to play backwards.
feeds it over to Farmer in the pocket, but Win defense just getting a tip on that ball, making sure that Farmer knows that I'm here to stay.
Definitely, definitely, that is the case, and it's really, ooh, lovely, lovely save there from Foxy, who sinks it in there for the Namibian team. And there you have it. That was one quick
one.
15 minutes.
That is what they say about a high-tempo pace
That's
game.
right.
It
That's
actually
right.
just runs out of the clock just like that. But now that is the end of the first quarter of this first half, and we'll be back. That is with the second and the third and the fourth of this last round of day 4 at the Africa Netball Cup. It is at the Dome. We are finding ourselves in the coastal town of SWAKOPMUND. Definitely the place to be. If you're not here, find yourself here before the week ends.
And that's right. If you're not here, you will be told about it. So be here or be told. And please do grab that glass of water, that bowl of popcorn, and do join us as we still have 3 quarters before this lovely game ends. Highlights, beautiful shots there by Anna Kasper, and of course sportsmanship being shown there between her and her goal shooter. Loite giving a very, very high ball there to Anna, but Anna makes it work, and again she gets a beautiful, beautiful overhead ball there that she sings it in for Namibia. And on the Zimbabwean side of things, beautiful, beautiful pass there to Sharon, and who sings it in with Cornelia, really attempting to intercept that ball, but she was a split second behind that ball. A lot of shuffling, a lot of beautiful, beautiful tap there by Cornelia. Lovely save there from the wing attack of Zimbabwe. And of course, Zimbabwe making sure that they do capitalize and shoots that one in. Grace winning a throw in there for her team. A Farmer driving the game as the wing attack that she is. Bit of communication there from the Namibian backside, in the front side of players. Sharon, and she shoots it in. Louise taking that one, missing that one. Lovely, lovely save from the goal defense of Zimbabwe. A bit of more pressure applied there. Anna Kasper, and she makes sure. Sharon looks for wing attack, and Ursula gets a hold of it, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. More highlights there. Back to the game actually, and this is the second quarter of the game. This is Namibia facing Zimbabwe in the final game for tonight, and Zimbabwe in the lead with 14 goals to 8, and Namibia following right behind.
You know, with the game just about to start the second quarter, do you see the height of both these teams? Not so much difference, not so much height from both teams. Mostly the tallest one on the court right now is Foxy. Like you see her just blowing her hands as it's quite sweaty and hot here in the arena.
Of course. I mean, the stage has already been set, or rather the court has already been set with all the magnifying, electrifying games that had happened throughout the day, and you know, they can really feel the hate from those games. Beautiful smile there from Loide. Waiting for the match officials.
Anna Kasper just having those last final words before they dive into the second quarter with her teammates, and now we are ready.
On the umpire's whistle. There you go. Zimbabwe center post.
Ursula just finding her win attack there. Easy play and calm collected Sharon just over the head of the defense of the Namibian Desert Jewels. Still not reading the play of the shooting side of Zimbabwe.
Yeah, no, the Zimbabwean really definitely brought the spirit, just like they are known for, the spirited team, and they really are moving that ball beautifully. So Foxy gets this one, always takes a breather before she shoots, misses this one, misses the rebound as well, and the defense of Zimbabwe gets a hold of this ball. And I know, and I can see that there has been a change there at the back with Corey coming back as the GK. Grace as the goal defense, and Loide as the wing defense. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful intercept from the young athlete there, Grace. It is definitely a throw in there for Zimbabwe. Another very beautiful athlete that I have witnessed for the last 2 games now. That is now the wing attack of Zimbabwe, Nicole. She has shown beautiful athleticism and a beautiful defense there from the Namibian team, playing. Getting a beautiful, beautiful rebound. Center calling on her attackers to assist in the midcourt.
Oh, yes. And Zimbabwe's netball team, the Gems, is ranked 13th in the world, and remains one of the stronger teams in Africa, consistently showcasing their potential in regional and international tournaments. However, Namibia, on the other hand, has shown significant improvement in recent years and is currently ranked 8th in Africa and 31st in the world. All right, so demonstrating growth through participations in events like this is definitely the way forward as to bettering your ranking over the results that will come out at the end of this African Netball Cup.
Of course, and there is definitely a healthy competition between these 2 teams, regardless of their ranking.
Goma says. Anna Kasper finds Foxy, plays it back to Goma says. Not dwelling correctly there as the Namibian Desert Jewels just not finding each other, and Zimbabwe definitely ready to take that turnover and convert it into a point. Now they are down at the midcourt, feeding it over to Ursula. Goma is almost getting a touch on that one. Center plays. Ursula finds it.
A lot going on in that circle. If you blink, you definitely will miss a lot. Misses there, unfortunately, for the Zimbabwean, but they managed to get it right back under their pole, and Sharon takes it, missing it, unfortunately. She's definitely called out of play there. Another penalty that Sharon will definitely take. Missing it.
Lovely take there by Cornelia, the goalkeeper of the Namibian Desert Jewels, getting that rebound, or rather a turnover for her team as well. Now quick movements there by the Namibian Desert Jewels. Finding Anna Kasper that comes out, plays it back to the transverse line. Farmer, Goma says. Anna Kasper, Goma says. Finds Anna Kasper in the shooting circle.
A lot of
Not
balls.
comfortable to take it. Feeds it into Foxy that comfortably takes it and sinks it in. Definitely a good start that is to this game in this quarter. And just another switch there for technical time. And Imbileni comes in for Former there at wing attack for the Namibian Desert Jewels. Zimbabwe now on the attack. Sharon coming in out there of the shooting circle. Finding the center, Anifa, that finds Ursula. Takes it comfortably with no pressure, effortlessly there for the Zimbabwean team, bringing the score to exactly 17-10. What a take there.
But beautiful save there by the captain herself, Anna Kasper, who tries to look for Foxy, and lovely tap there from the GK of Zimbabwe. It is definitely a throw in there for the Namibian team, and they should try to gear up and set themselves up. The Zimbabwean defenders will not make it very easy for them, with Foxy really trying to position herself. The match official making sure that they are in the right position to do so. The GK just having a bit of a hand
yes,
there.
Elizabeth always has fun with her job, hey?
Elizabeth definitely enjoys every moment of it, but of course Anna Kasper does make it for the Namibian team, bringing the score, ladies and gentlemen, to 17-11.
And now a quick play there. Not such a good read for the defense of Namibia Desert Jewels, but Zimbabwe easily taking that one. And you can see the crowd of Namibian Desert Jewels not so happy there, as the camera definitely showing their faces of disappointment in the second quarter.
But I think this is the time where they really need to encourage the team by really cheering them on, because if they give up, potentially the team can actually give up. So I think the crowd really needs to be the energy that the team needs to draw from this lovely evening.
Mbileni sending that ball in. Match official
Elizabeth
is not just seeing everything in that shooting circle, awarding that penalty, and Anna Kasper sinks it in.
Namibia making a great comeback there in the second quarter.
Lovely
and gracing us with her lovely intercept today. She really is doing what she needs to do in this one. Foxy not going through for that, but the umpire does really see an infringement there.
I think I saw that too, with Elizabeth just holding Foxy back at the goal shooter of Namibian Desert Jewels. Like I said, if you're a defender, you need to go for the ball or the person.
And Anna Kasper sends it in there for the Namibian Desert Jewels.
Just having a little discussion there as Gomases take the center.
And of course the energy is coming from, it's actually the other way around. I think the crowd would like to draw energy from the players, and there they are asking for more. Kasper not comfortable feeding Foxy that ball.
Feeds it in, yet match official definitely keeping an eye on Elizabeth as she's trying to poke, and definitely gets the rebound there. As electric as she is, she's not sleeping on those rebound balls.
No, that is one thing that she will never ever do, and she will make sure that any opportunity that she gets, she will utilize it. Grace and Corey definitely sandwiching Sharon there. However, it was definitely an infringement there, right on top of the D by the wing defense Loide.
Sharon definitely going to have a lot of pushing and shoving there by Cornelia, the goalkeeper. And
that's right, Ursula actually sinks that one in there.
Oh yes, and Grace Machai definitely also going to give her a tough time there. So
beautiful performance there by Monica, intercepting that ball beautifully there for the Namibian Desert Jewels. And another
there by the wing defense of Zimbabwean team. And it's like they're indirectly saying, if you can do it, I can do it too. If they defend, we're defending too.
Such a beautiful competition, such a beautiful war here in the MTC Dome. SWAKOPMUND leaving the
captain.
Foxy will just have to take a deep breath, and it seems like she's been actually warming up to the pole. She has not played both teams that were played before. I think she wants to still familiarize herself with that, but she is very much an experienced player, and as for profession, she is also a warrant officer with the Namibian Correctional Services.
And definitely one of their best shooters also, and she's definitely building some confidence there. The goal shooter of the Namibian Desert Jewels definitely giving the crowd something to cheer for. And now a quick one there by the Zimbabwean team, feeds it into the pocket. What a lovely pass there by Ursula that finds the center. Center now looking for Sharon, but just not connecting very well. And of course,
Cornelia doing what she needs to do there. Very electrifying. This is the type of a sportsmanship that we actually expect from her. She's a very good defender. But of course, it is a competition. Like you said, if you can do it, I as well can do it. And so it's just a back and forth between these lovely teams. As promised, we definitely are going to give you an electrifying game tonight with the host Namibia facing Zimbabwe.
Quick save there by Gomases at the top of the circle of the Namibian Desert Jewels. Foxy sinks it comfortably. That is for the team, bringing the tally on the score to 16-19. 3 balls are setting this two teams apart here in the second quarter.
And it's just with just 5 minutes to spare. Will they be able to equalize, or will the Zimbabweans actually take it further?
Now Anna Kaspa coming out, finding Imbileni on the top of the circle. Gomez is in the pocket. Match official seeing an infringement there already, as they're wide awake, whistles are working, and they are fast as these players as well. Quickly playing it there to Foxy, is the captain of the Namibian Desert Jewels, Anna Kaspa, and bringing the tally that is to 17-19.
In such a very fast game, it is very important to keep your eye on the ball. That ball came a bit of a shock to Foxy, but of course these two have really are very skillful shooters, and those are the things, the shooters that we're actually looking to see perform. There's a change there.
Yes, Zimbabwe definitely seeing that.
And it seems like there also is one from the Namibian side of things. If you are not here, you're missing out quite on a lot of action here on the MTC Dome State court here. The crowd is very electrified, and they're quite ready for this game. And again, Namibia wins another turnover. Will they capitalize on this one? It is just a matter of time. Imbileni back at the wing attack. Of course, he did come in a few moments ago, and forced to play back there.
And, the attacking players of Namibian Desert Jewels just not availing themselves, but the captain Anna Kaspa comes out, finds Foxy.
Foxy had to come all the way out to actually assist with this one. Race, Monica, Imbileni, back to Monica.
Just a lot of pushing and shoving happening there in the shooting circle of Namibian Desert Jewels. As you see the goal shooter definitely being, is it held in her dress, or is the dress just up, because the intensity in the circle is definitely hectic.
A lot of movement in the Namibian circle there. I think the GS can just stand and hold her ground. Unfortunately, she could not elevate for that ball. It is definitely a throw in there for Zimbabwe. A turnover that Zimbabwe is known well for, to not take any chances with, but capitalize on every turnover that they get.
Now Zimbabwe at the top of the circle, finding the goal shooter that jumps up there and sinks it in. Oh, the Zimbabwean crowd and bench definitely seeing that Cornelia, the goalkeeper of Namibian Desert Jewels, was putting a little bit of pressure on Ursula, and the height difference also. Now you see that they brought in a taller shooter a bit, just to change the dynamics of the defense of Namibian Desert Jewels.
A lot of movement from the shooters, confusing the attackers as to how they should be fed, unfortunately.
Anna Kaspa feeds it into Foxy. A lovely connection there between the two.
Seems like you have to patiently feed Foxy, because you really need to position herself to really get that ball and sing it in. Another technical change there at the back. Namibia doing quite a lot of changes here. Do you think that is a disturbance of the flow of the ball, or do you think that is really working to their advantage? Because sometimes with the changes, it really does disturb the flow of the ball. That does confuse the players a little bit. But I see Grace back to wing defense, and Mwale back to goalkeeper, and Cornelia goal defense.
Quick play there by the Zimbabwean attacking team. Not wasting any time and sinking that one.
That was at speed lightning. That was a very fast center pass.
Gomez is again struggling to find the attacking players. Wing attack of Namibia Desert Jewels, just not making herself available for those center passes.
She needs to really drive the game, as she is an attacker at the front there.
Now Gomez is getting the penalty, passes it over to Mbileni, and match official already seeing that contact against the captain, Anna Kaspa. That sinks it comfortably. As you see the bench of the Namibian Desert Jewels definitely scraping through all the tactics that they can take to break down the momentum of Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe definitely not setting back for this one as they are fighting and the clock going down, ticking down for this quarter. Definitely
and one thing I have actually learned as I've been watching this game is you do not ever, as a GK, leave the circle unattended, because those are the type of balls where you really should never take a risk of, because you leave the GS unattended alone and it's very easy. They don't really need to do much to actually shoot, and that is basically what happened there from the Zimbabwean side of things. Throw in there for the Desert Jewels.
If you're just joining us, we are live on NBC Sports and NBC2. That is for the African Netball Cup. This is the last round for day 4. Namibia taking on Zimbabwe, and electrifying pool 2 games here. Who is going to be joining Uganda to proceed in this tournament? Battle of Glory. Zimbabwe definitely showing like the braver one, but just 2 points setting this 2 aside for this first half of the game. Beautiful take there by the Wim defense that read that easily, and now Namibian on the attack.
And with just seconds to spare, will they be able to successfully get it there and actually minimize that goal? Beautiful baseline play there from the captain herself, and she manages to get it in. It is 21-20.
Lovely play there and a beautiful ending to that quarter. What electrifying!
As you can hear from the background,
in the
crowd is so electrifying, drawing energy from the players, and the other way around. Namibia having a beautiful comeback there in the second quarter. That is the end of the first half. Please do remain as we come back with a more electrifying, energetic third quarter.
Oh yes, it's going to be an interesting one. Like my co-host said, we'll be back with so much more. And currently also underway on the male side is the Zambian team taking on Eswatini, as they also just breaked that is for halftime. And we'll be back. A quick update on the 2 intercepts happening there. Throw-ins.
A lot of intercepts there. Yes, of course, from both ends actually. I mean, it definitely was a Namibian quarter, this one, as really they have minimized that margin goal difference there, and to just 1. It was very electrifying. A lot of changes as well in the second quarter, most especially from the Namibian side. Seemed like it was working perfectly for them. But besides that, really, that was a very quick, faster, a bullet pace quarter, if I do say so myself. Both teams really having to fight tooth and nail to make sure that indeed they needed to do what they could do there. And of course the match officials really having control over this game and making sure that no error is really going to pass or slip through their fingers. Oh yes, and these are the highlights from the second quarter. Please do take time, enjoy, and analyze from your end how you find the game, or how rather you're finding the game thus far. We will be back with the third quarter.
They were so weird.
Right, as the team come back to grace us one more time, or rather 2 more quarters, that is the Namibian bench gearing up for the third quarter. It is definitely give or take at this point. This is a deciding match actually for Namibia and as well as Zim, but mostly for Namibia to see whether or not they do move on to the next round.
Oh yes, talking about next rounds, these ladies are all fighting for the battle of glory. As you see, the bench there of Zimbabwe and the bench there of the Namibian Desert Jewels. It's definitely gonna be the do or die quarter now in this third quarter. This is the quarter that will separate these two teams, unless it's gonna be a tight breaking game till the very end where they'll be seesawing, playing tennis. I hit, you hit. But we are ready for all this fun here at the Dome for the Africa Netball Cup 2024. What a time to be alive, and we are part of it.
What a time to be alive, really, really, and a time for sports, especially the netball sports, because really it has taken a big rise here in the country of Namibia, as we have witnessed them introducing their male national team to this tournament, and of course they did take their first win today against Lesotho.
Oh yes.
Yes, and against Lesotho right before this game. So that is really a commendable, brilliant job there to the organizer, the committee that is the Netball Namibia. So thank you for that. And Netball definitely is going to greater heights. There we have the Zimbabwean supporters, the male team as well as their supporters, really cheering on for Zimbabwe before they take a stage for the third quarter. Zimbabwe there definitely having a moment to strategize. Namibia definitely having a moment there, getting together and making sure that they are all on the same page of things. GA Ursula there for Zim. And Cornelia there really giving the attackers of Zimbabwe a bit of a headache there. And the wing attack Imbileni on your screen right now. The GK for Zimbabwe, beautiful athlete to watch. Been lovely to watch, especially throughout the past 3 games that they have been playing. And that is her opponent there, Foxy, a very experienced netball player here in the nation of Namibia as well. And that's a Namibian center pass. Monica taking it. Namibia seem to be struggling with center passes. What do you think should happen there? What is lacking in the center passes?
What my observation has picked up is Goma says is more of the attack in the attacking side, as Imbileni is always having a struggle coming out for those center passes. And I think it is basic netball to know that if it's your center pass, it's either the goal attack or the win attack. But now Goma says is always forced to play either to the back or mostly to the goal attack, which is Anakaspa, which also have to do with a lot of work, because now Anakaspa has to come out to help with the attack
run to the goal post,
and to go score those balls. But now Ursula is definitely back in the game. She's not sitting this one out, as Namibia Desert Jewels are giving them pressure. And another rebound there, taken there by Mwale.
And of course, Namibia did score that equalizer moments ago, and right now they're having an opportunity to actually lead as they have a turnover. All the defenders hands on. Imbileni losing that one for the Namibian Desert Jewels. It is a throw in there for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, Zim actually taking it very easy.
Lovely feed there into the shooting circle. She wastes no time and she sings that one for her team. As we see there, the crowd of Zimbabwe just letting the Namibian crowd know that we are here. And Foxy not finding Goma's like her intended thought, as Goma's just say that calm down, we still have time, calm down. And now the penalty awarded to Namibian Desert Jewels. Finding Gomases at the top of the circle, feeding it over to Foxy that single-handedly takes that ball, carefully sinking it in.
And beautifully doing so as well, bringing it back to an equalizer. I think it will be a goal-to-goal at this point. It is the third quarter. Mwale leaving her opponent there alone, all by herself, and of course Zimbabwe electrifying center pass.
I would say Zimbabwean goal attacker Utula definitely hid herself behind that defense of
course
of the Desert Jewels, because she wasn't seen. Nobody saw her
at all. That's very electrifying, if I do say so myself there. Namibia not so much with the fast center passes, but they have to play a bit back safely to make sure that indeed they get it safely under the goalpost.
Oh yes, and one thing that the attacking players of Namibian Desert Jewels are not picking up is the Zimbabwean wing defense and goal defense are always the ones that are there for those picking and poking to re-divert the ball. So the attacking players of Namibian Desert Jewels definitely want to make sure that their passes are powerful and straightly directed to the intended target. And now Zimbabwe on the attack. A quick movement there in the shooting circle, and the goal shooter. Ooh, what a take there!
Beautiful control there by the goal shooter of Zimbabwe. The GK really was just in between spaces and could not really handle that one correctly. With another change there from the Namibian side, a lot of changes from the Namibian side. Not quite sure what the coaches are trying to find here, perhaps a balance, but Mwale once more off, and Maloide back in as a goal defense.
Oh yes, I think the more Zimbabwean changes come in and Namibian changes also come in just to meet the match of the opponent also, and I think that is what Namibia has been picking up. As you see, since Utula came back, and now they brought in Grace as goal defense, evenly height, evenly challenged, and that's why. Easy take there by the goal shooter of Zimbabwe.
And of course, Zimbabwe trying to really broaden that goal margin there. Anna Kasper coming out. Grace, Lloyd giving a very powerful ball there, unfortunately, to Monica, who could not unfortunately save it there. And Zimbabwe definitely having an opportunity one more time to take it and turn it into their favor.
What a step there by Ursula that comfortably swings that
can
way.
Actually be quite
so much
fast.
Confidence.
She's quite fast, and she's so sneaky as well. Lovely performances there, or rather skills there from Ursula.
Zimbabwe just not connecting well on that center pass, and definitely taking the lead here in the third quarter, the champions quarter. And the goal defense there, not finding the goal attack, or rather finding her, or not, as it is a throw in for Namibian Desert Jewels.
And Namibia also brought back the original shooter there, Louise, and Foxy actually taking the bench.
Oh yes, and Gomases is constantly forced to play to the back, just like I said. The attacking players of Namibian Desert Jewels not really assisting with that accurate passes and the spaces to pass those balls as well. And now a lot of balls being thrown over and over, as the defense of Zimbabwe is definitely putting a pressure on both shooters of the Namibian Desert Jewels. Definitely something that the Zimbabwean bench, that is the team who would be proud of, as both these defenders are sticking by the shooters of the Namibian Desert Jewels.
Not seeing a very pleasant face there from the shooters of the Namibian side of things, as they're really frustrated by the defenders. I'm not sure if it is by the defenders or by their attackers on that side, but I think they just need to lift up their spirits. But the Zimbabweans are definitely doing what they need to do for the game to continue. Not quite sure what that was about.
Lots of balls played here in the shooting circle of the Namibian Desert Jewels. And Anna Kaspa sings that one, bringing the score to 25-27. 2 points separating those two teams.
That's right, and it is a center pass there for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe forced to play backwards. A lot of movement, a lot of running, a lot of retrieving on court.
Oh yes, and now match official just seeing why they have been selected to officiate these games, seeing all things there in the circle.
And there you have it. Zimbabwe's goal shooter sinks that one in comfortably, bring the score to 28-25.
Just a disconnect there between the center, Gomases, and Anna Kaspa, the goal attack. Definitely one of those balls that will build frustration, but if Namibia wants to get back into this one, definitely need to keep their cool and go and read that play structure of the Zimbabwean team. But they're definitely being outplayed because Zimbabwe is showing more of the attacking side of their play, and absolutely lovely to see it, and something that also makes the crowd happy, I think.
Of course, they would definitely like to see. So, ooh, Ursula trying to bully the GD there. Oh, then it's the footwork. Then we advance the ball according to the match officials. They call these a deciding quarter for a reason, eh?
Match official making sure that her whistle is heard and that they hear her even better.
But with this crowd, I mean, really, it's quite difficult to actually make out what the umpire is saying, because it really can get loud in here as the supporters came out in numbers.
Louise coming out of the circle, they're finding Gomases. Overhead pass there to the captain, Anna Kaspa. Finds Mbileni at the pocket. The pressure definitely is on.
And Kaspa sinks that one in there for Namibia. What a long center. One of those centers that really Namibia had to fight for. Zimbabwe center pass. Have to play back there. Not finding it very easy to play forward. And very bad decision there from the Zimbabwean. A very long ball, but you know, with the defenders of a particular height, that is a very risky thing to do. But of course,
Cornelia just being there at the right time, at the right place. And now the Namibian Desert Jewels quickly on the attack. Definitely being a little bit pinned down there by the defense of Zimbabwe. But now playing it back again, it's just not confident enough to take it, is Louise, the goal shooter of Namibian Desert Jewels.
She's looking for her GA as well as her wing attack.
The goal shooting circle not really quite organized there of the Namibian Desert Jewels, both wanting to play outside, both running through the ball to the same direction, and finally sinking that one.
And it is the center pause. Namibia would want to hope that this is going to be a smooth one, as it will be an equalizer in this third quarter, with just over 4 minutes before this quarter comes to an end.
Now Loide finds Gomases.
Back to Mbileni. Back to Gomases. Back to Mbileni. Anna Kaspa, the captain. Umpire not having it, saying that we definitely will advance this ball. And the head girl, Anna Kaspa, the captain of the Desert Jewels, sinks that one in, equalizing the game to 28 apiece. The crowd goes wild, asking the Namibian team to defend, but Zimbabwe is carefully, slowly but surely trying to get that ball right under the pole.
Oh yes, and you can hear the crowd in this dome, and just the host cheering on the Namibian Desert Jewels to defend, but comfortably taken there by the shooting circle of Zimbabwe.
Tit for tat. Definitely both teams are really showcasing beautiful athleticism here. This is really electrifying, very exciting to watch. This season coming to an end. I think this is such a very beautiful moment for the Namibian, or rather the netball nation at large, as we are getting ready to go to the next stage and the quarterfinals, semis and finals. So please do stay with us all the way to Saturday when we do actually have the finals for both women and men netball.
Lovely feed there.
Cornelia doing what she does best. Beautiful intercept there from her. And if you can't hear me through this, I'm sure the crowd is definitely taking over with the noise. A beautiful elevation there as well from the GD of Zimbabwe. Unfortunately for her, losing that one to a Namibian saving that ball. Fortunately for Zimbabwe, that was definitely a tab out of the hand.
Quick play there between Gomases, Anna Kasper and Louise. Takes the shot, gives the crowd something to cheer for. You can see the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe just asking for one, and now they're underway. Gomases, France. Gomases finds Louise. Long pass there, plays it back to the transfers line. Match official
getting a little bit physical here.
Quick one there on the top of the circle for France. Not comfortable to take it, passes it to the captain.
Lovely play, lovely, beautiful decision made there by Louise. Then Namibia scores that one, courtesy of Anna Kasper.
Another feed there to the goal shooter, all the way from the midcourt. What a terrific pass that was.
Lovely indeed.
The defense of Namibian Desert Jewels definitely did not expect that. And now Gomas is forced to play to the back again as the attacking players of Namibian Desert Jewels not coming out as they should, and allowing Zimbabwe to get that free loose balls, and
Gomes is not happy with that decision and play from her teammates. And of course Zimbabwe coming back again.
Overhead pass there.
Lovely save
there. Win attack again, ready to assist. Ursula drawing the board closer to the pole.
And with just seconds to spare, Zimbabwe, will they equalize? Of course they do, and it is a Zimbabwean center pass. No, I think the pitch officials, yes, I think there was a bit of miss of communication there. It is a Zimbabwean center pass, indeed.
Whistle on, here we go. Contact hold there. Goal defense out of play, finding Ursula comfortably there in the shooting circle that takes the shot. And it is another throw in, or is it a contact? Oh, contact called there by the match official.
I'm not quite sure what the instructions are there. It is a throw in. You don't see that every day. We did promise the prizes.
African Netball Cup, and we're going to see a lot of fantastic things here. And as the clock is running down here and the third quarter,
will they be able to hold them down and actually not allow a penalty is given? Of course, they will be given a chance to score this one in. Grace, the goal defense out of play. And of course Cornelia trying to intercept that one, but Zimbabwe goes into the last and final quarter with a 1-goal lead.
Oh yes, a beautiful, beautiful champions quarter there. And
Lovely,
a fight till
lovely.
the finish. We are at the Dome. It is Dip Marine bringing us all this fantasticness. And thank you to Netball Namibia, of course, Africa Netball. It is Zimbabwe 32, Namibia 31. It is the last quarter ahead of us. And we'll be back with a few highlights of this quarter.
That's right, momentarily.
In that third quarter, and you see the defense always helping the attack move the ball to the front. Misses there. Not a good connection happening there between the Namibian attackers.
That's right. And it's really making it quite a challenge for the shooters, really, to successfully get those balls there.
Oh, yes. And a beautiful play there between the shooting circle of Zimbabwe and Namibia. Intercepts and rebounds being taken there in the third quarter. So much happening in 15 minutes, but this is just a rundown of all the excitement that we just witnessed.
And the action here in the MTC Dome and SWAKOPMUND is promised. We definitely have more of this action coming out for the rest of the week, and that is all the way till Saturday. So if you are on your way to the coast, or you just finished work on Friday, please do not hesitate to come through to to SWAKOPMUND and join us, because this is very memorable as we are creating history here at the MTC Dome in SWAKOPMUND.
Oh yes, a better combination coming there with the shooting circle of Zimbabwe when Sheridan left the second quarter. Definitely looking more powerful there in the shooting circle. The new goal shooter of Zimbabwe. They always hustles and tussles happening in the shooting circle. Definitely an exciting game, and the match officials always wide awake for those pinpointing
and well positioned as well.
Errors. Oh yes,
that's lovely. And like you mentioned earlier, we have the defenders of Zimbabwe are always having their arms out to actually tap and pinpoint, and just to make sure that they can get access to a ball as much as they possibly can. And that is the long ball, very beautifully saved there by Corey. Namibia actually really driving, really doing their best here, as the shooters really are finding it a bit challenging to get their balls there. But of course, with very experienced players, Namibia really is making their way to the equalizer.
Oh yes, and you can hear, or rather a lip read, that Foxy is just talking the girls into calming down, playing at their pace.
Of course,
and
of course.
Not harshing with the ball or rushing with the ball.
That's
rather.
right.
And not being hasty, but definitely taking a pass at a time, a ball at a time, and just keeping the pace of the Namibian
And that is where
play.
the 3 seconds actually come in, because really, if you can utilize it, now would be the right time, because you do not want at all to miss any ball or any center pass.
Oh yes, but the Zimbabwean crowd definitely also cheering on the girls, as you see the Namibian crowd also available in full speed and spirits.
It is a Namibian center pass, and the match officials are ready to start the last and final quarter for the last game of day 4.
Gomases and Anna Kasper playing the ball. They're finding France. Louise comes out of the shooting circle, finding Gomases at the top of the circle.
Lovely rotation there from the two shooters. Will she sing it in? And of course, Louise does that, equalizing 32 apiece in this last and final quarter. Zimbabwe center pass. Beautiful, beautiful intercept there from Loide, but unfortunately she did cause an infringement. Ursula right under the pole, and she sings it in there for Zimbabwe. It will be a goal-to-goal by the look of things throughout this game.
Oh yes, it's going to be a fight till the finish here between
An
the
almost
two teams.
delayed center one more time. I'm not quite sure why the Namibian center passes are quite long and lengthy and bit of a struggle there. But I mean, it is the last quarter. I'm sure they will find their feet. Lovely escape there from the GA of Namibia, who sings it in there for Namibia again. Goal to goal, 33 apiece.
And now Zimbabwe takes it. Quick play there with the center. Plays it back to the transverse line. Center gets it. Gomas is almost getting ahead on that win attack. Zimbabwe right there playing back with Ursula. Ursula steps in and
Ursula seems to be a bit of exhausted there.
Oh yes, and this match officials definitely have the most work for them in the shooting circle of both teams, as it is really physical. It is high competitiveness happening here, and
definitely a lot of competitiveness happening, and a bit of contesting that should be allowed there, just to have the players have their game.
Louise, she's not turning around, not seeing her goal attacker that has been wide open and definitely discouraging her to even go for that ball, and now allowing Zimbabwe to get that turnover.
That's right. As much as it is a physical game, as mentioned earlier in the week, we did actually mention that it is a mental strength required game as well, because the moment you start losing focus, I mean, seriously, you start losing the game.
What do you think if you were one of those players on court right now, what would be running through your head?
I think the first thing that I would want to do is really to block out the outside noise, because that can really be a distraction as well. And what would be going through my head right now is I got to win. I need to do everything in my might and power to win this game. So I would like to drive the game and make sure that what needs to be done is definitely done.
Oh yes, and this last minute or last quarter rather is very excruciating for not just the players on the bench but the supporters as well.
Of course,
just waiting for that end result, but we are here for all of it at the Dome in the coastal town for the Africa Netball Cup. A beautiful take there by the wing defense of Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe really taking these a bit slow. How different is this match, would you say, as opposed to the game that they had with Uganda?
I think basically in this quarter what they're doing is just taking their time, taking it slow, not to get too tired or disfocused. That will allow those unnecessary errors, and I think that is what Zimbabwe is trying to focus on, as Namibia is definitely giving the pressure towards them as well. So
yes,
a beautiful sink there by the shooting circle of Zimbabwe.
That's right, and I think this is very crucial for both teams to really take their time, because at this point there is absolutely nothing that you're rushing for. So it is quite important here that both teams really make sure, and safely and carefully make sure that they use their centers to its maximum use.
There.
Yes, that's right.
A lot happening there. Penalty rewarded. Anna plays it back. Not finding each other there with Louise on the baseline, and a quick feed there by the defense of Zimbabwe. What a quick take there. That is what I said. If you poke and pick your hand anyway, it might divert
eventually
the ball, so.
it might divert the ball into your direction. That's right. And that is what the Zimbabweans really have been doing. And what happened there in the goal circle of the Namibian team reminds me of the first quarter, how they started. But of course now Zimbabwe taking the lead.
Lovely play there between the goal attack and goal shooter. Running through that mid-court defense of Namibia Desert Jewels. Match official ready to make sure that all laws and rules are followed there in the shooting circle. A lovely atmosphere here for the top fight of the pool, that is pool 2, with Uganda steadily sitting on top, waiting for the next outcome of this game as to who will be joining them in the next round.
That's right. That should actually be between Zimbabwe and Namibia, and that is what they are battling for as we speak. Right now, there is definitely a 3-goal difference with Zimbabwe in the lead. A penalty is awarded in the goal circle of Namibia. Match official making sure that the right positions are taken.
Good play there by
Beautifully.
Anna Kaspa
That's
and
right.
Imbileni, win attacker for Namibia, Desert Jules, and now Zimbabwe off to the center. Playing a comfortable, slow, steady game here. Zimbabwe making sure that they are out at the right spaces, not forcing balls, definitely coming out for each and every ball. Beautifully taken there by Ursula that passes it into the shooting circle over the heads of the Namibian defense. What a way to definitely indulge into this fourth quarter.
And of course, Zimbabwe singing that one in, bringing the score to 38-35. Another long processed center there.
Excellently read there, but
Lovely
just not
timing as well.
successfully.
Unfortunately for Zim, that was
that one.
not successful. Namibia still on the attack.
Overpass there to...
Lovely, lovely play there. Louise getting a hold of that one. Will she sing it in? Yes, and she successfully does so. Trailing right behind Zimbabwe with a 2-goal difference. Namibia is still in the game with just 7 minutes and 40 seconds to spare before the end of this game. Both teams are showing beautiful and excellent sportsmanship here. Skills. Beautiful timing there from the goal defense. Grace, the young athlete here on court for the Namibian squad. It is definitely a turnover for Namibia.
Long balls there played by the mid-court of Namibia.
I think
Desert Jules.
they're trying to take it slow. But will that work? And that's Ursula just, I think this is the time where you cause a lot of distractions at this point. Umpire making sure that the players actually do get the ball at the right position.
Oh, well, Lisna is definitely going to make them know that I am here. And you're going to hear my whistle. If not my whistle, you're going to hear my mouth.
Yes, we need to have someone in charge. Namibia losing that opportunity, unfortunately for them, and Zimbabwe is currently on the loose.
Oh, yes, and you can see the discouragement in the attacking players of Namibia once they have lost a ball. Definitely not the type of mentality you would have at this level of play, as the fight definitely only finishes when the whistle is blown.
That is
now
right.
Goma says on the center, quickly taking it, playing it with the win attack and not finding the intended target, but
she needs to be very careful with those passes. She cannot risk such passes, and definitely very commendable defense there from the Zimbabwean team. They really are doing what they need to do. They are frustrating the shooters of the Namibian team. They are definitely making sure that they are present. A penalty awarded there. Louise takes the time and sinks it in there for the Namibian Desert Jewels. It is a 2-goal difference. Zimbabwe center pass with just under 6 minutes. Namibia is facing Zimbabwe with a 37-39
breaking call there by the match official. Ursula just coming out before the whistle. Komas is taking forever to pass the ball, and match official just bringing the ball to the right spot to start that. And France finding it at the top of the circle, finding Anna Kaspa there in the shooting circle that takes the shot. Sings it in, gives the crowd something to cheer for as they are now trailing with 1 point behind. What
it
nice
is their center pass, and they could actually equalize this. Hopefully it will not be very much delayed, but Namibia definitely is taking the center.
You would not think that this is the Zimbabwean team that has won Uganda, as Namibia also faced Uganda yesterday, and
it was not an easy one. Very hectic, of course.
But now you can see that the playing field is even with both those teams.
With both teams,
actually
equally so.
Oh yes, they are equally matched.
Very much so, and this is the type of games that one would really want to watch, because there is not one over the other.
Lovely take there by the captain.
It's a no-go as the ball.
No-go called there. Match officials just having a word too,
as they have to retake that penalty in the goal third.
Caution
a warning given to the center Zimbabwe.
So the warning to the, is it the win defense, win attack, center?
to the center.
All right.
And the match commences.
Anna Kasper playing it back to France, finding it again at the top of the circle. Louise being poked there by the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe.
Anna gets another penalty there. What does she do? She equalizes.
Definitely gonna be a seesaw here. And who is gonna come out victorious?
Who will definitely take this win?
Now Zimbabwe.
Will it be Zimbabwe? Will it be Namibia? Zimbabwe currently on the attack.
Reading
Long
it,
ball there.
Cornelia reading it carefully there. And
Cornelia winning that one. You can see the excitement in her face. The crowd goes wild. Another 10 over there for Namibia.
To this level of crowd, the level of play. As you said earlier in the week when you introduced her to the nation, that she plays for UJ in South Africa. I think that level of play, it makes it comfortable for her to actually stay focused in this level of battle throughout the tournament.
With a lot of experience and exposure as well, it does really help her with such playing. There's no shooter in the goal circle. Anna sneaks her way in there. Long ball to Imbileni.
Mostly playing on the left side of the court. And you always find all attacking players in one corner and the rest of the court actually open.
And I thought it was just my observation alone, and that is true.
Match official making sure that we are playing clean, we are following all rules and regulations when it comes to that shooting circle. Louise making it count there for the Namibian Desert Jewels, giving the crowd something to cheer for. It is in Namibian center.
And it is the Namibians on the attack and
feeding it into Anna Kasper that sneaked behind the defense of Zimbabwe.
I did not think the defenders saw that one coming. Unfortunately for them, they really lost contact with the shooter, and of course Namibia capitalized on that one. Right now Zimbabwe is on the attack. Namibia really trying to keep the shooters far from the pole. Ursula definitely dominating that and singing in there for Zimbabwe. It is 40-41. Namibia center pass with just under 2 minutes to go. Still a lot of time. Anything can happen. We've seen a lot of surprises.
We saw it with Zimbabwe winning
basically
over
the last 2 minutes.
Not
right.
even 2 minutes,
That's
right.
Seconds. Beautifully intercepted by the Zimbabwean team. Louise not having it there. And Zimbabwe definitely is trying to make use of this opportunity. As Namibia really lost their center here. Long ball to Ursula there. Ursula carefully making a decision as to whom she should feed that ball to. A penalty there on top of the D.
Definitely the type of game to end here at day 4 for the African Netball Cup. It is exceptional take there by the goal defense of Namibia Desert Jewels that read that ball. And now the Desert Jewels, are they going to use this to their favor?
It's just a matter of
long ball
seconds.
There. Win attack, not reading the room as Louise, the goal shooter of Namibia Desert Jewels, was literally waving her hands around just and
Ursula trying her luck there one more time. That was very unfortunate for the Namibian team. Louise trying to emphasize that please scan the court and try to calm down.
The match official just having a word here and a warning given to the goal attack Ursula. And definitely a very, very high intensity game here. And who is going to take this one in pool 2? Now Seth Goma says being told to set the penalty at the right spot. Finding Anna Kasper.
That's right. A lot of infringements there by the circle of the Namibian team. Lovely drive there from Anna Kasper, as she actually usually does.
Playing a lot of balls there, Namibia Desert Jewels just not finding each other, playing it all the way back to the goal defense, finding it hard to break through the defense of Zimbabwe, playing ball by ball.
I think that is also a strategy to try and kill time, because it's just a matter of seconds before the end of the game perhaps, and Namibia still playing their ball backwards. With their own time.
Definitely a strategy for the team
I think
to
it's
waste
a time
time
killing.
as this is the last seconds tipping down, and now we have that is a penalty called.
Umpire having a word there with the Zimbabwean center. That's a cautionary. Oh, she gets 2 minutes off.
Second player, second game that actually is in this difficult time whereby you will be sent off. That is off court for 2 minutes if you got a caution before, and now
That's
a warning,
right,
and now
that's
she's
right.
sent off.
Namibia right
definitely
now
already celebrating as the clock
they are
is ticking
currently
now.
on their feet as the clock is ticking. A penalty awarded. Advance right under the pole. So much pressure for Anna Kasper, who will be taking this penalty.
Just having a word with the match official, and the whistle is on. Silence there for that last goal, or maybe 2 last goals, as Zimbabwe is now taking the center. Quick play there by the center.
A bit of a dangerous play there from Loide. Obstruction there in the circle.
Definitely a heated fight there under the pole of both shooting circles.
It is 41-40. Namibia in the lead. It is their center pass. And with just seconds to spare, the Namibian supporters are currently on their feet, already celebrating the victory. Could it be that they
And
win?
there
There
you
goes
have
the last whistle, ladies and gentlemen. And the crowd goes wild. Namibia winning against Zimbabwe with a 42-41 goal. And
oh yes, the crowd here definitely celebrating the goals like they just won the whole tournament. But it means so much for the Namibian host. Always
right.
struggling, that is, to proceed
over
past
to the next
pool stages. It is a great deal being the host and knowing that you are definitely commencing with the tournament. A beautiful, beautiful congratulations.
Congratulations
to
Julene
Meyer,
Meyer
the coach
and
of
her
the
team.
Namibian Desert Jewels.
Job
A
well
sad
done.
loss here by these
Louise
Zimbabwe.
having
You
a
can
moment
see
there
Louise.
on the floor.
Oh yes,
in
she's definitely
disbelief, and we have
stressed
Farmer
throughout the
definitely
game. She's stressed
consoling
throughout
her.
the game.
No, she really, really is in disbelief at this point. But job well done to the Namibian team. And I must also say that the Zimbabweans did an amazing, amazing job there with Farmer consoling her teammates there.
Game.
What a beautiful,
What
beautiful,
a tight game.
beautiful,
I was at the edge
beautiful
of my
war.
seat. I'm still moving around. Not
I
knowing
know,
what was
I
going
was
to be the end
unable to
result.
see throughout the whole, I mean, I don't know how I contained myself to sit throughout the whole game, but beautiful, beautiful play there. Really, all teams have really brought their A game, but there had to be one winner, and it went to the Namibian team. Well done to the Desert Jewels. Congratulations to them. Ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of today's matches, and we will be back tomorrow, and I will allow my co-host Sharon to share with me what time we get started tomorrow.
Oh yes, so that is with the first match for tomorrow starting at 12. That is Pool 1, Position 1, taking Pool 2, Position 2. And just in a bit we will be sharing with you that information. If not, we'll be sharing it with you early in the morning. That is around 12 o'clock. That is when the first game will start. A beautiful, beautiful, exceptional, electrifying performance here by both teams, giving the crowd exactly what they came for.
What they came
for. It
for.
was lovely here on day 4 at the African Netball Cup. My name is Sharon Curry. Says it was an honor.
And I'm Nelly the Copy, and from our side, adios.
It's good night.
What a dramatic finish to an amazing game. Day 4 concludes with much action as Zimbabwe loses to Namibia with a single point. Now I am joined by the captain of Zimbabwe. Tough loss there at the end. It came down to the very last seconds. Talk to us about how you're feeling right now.
Okay, quite disappointed with our performance today. We had so many chances to pull out the win today, but I think our error rate was so high, which is something that happens in a game, and tough luck to us, and well done to Namibia for managing to contain us.
What do you think cost you guys the game at the end of the day?
Because of time, we didn't have to see time, and we were not quite sure what time was left, unlike, the whole game. So it was really difficult, and I think it actually forced us into making errors when we didn't know what was going on in terms of time.
Talk to us about tomorrow. You've got to reset, reanalyze, and come back tomorrow fighting still. Talk to us about that one.
Yeah, we'll come back stronger. I think that's what happens in a tournament. You win some, you lose some, but that's not the end of the world.
Before I let you go, maybe just you weren't just fighting the Namibians on the field, but you were also fighting them in the crowd. Talk to us about the atmosphere here at the Dome today.
As Zimbabwe, we've never hosted any tournament, so crowd doesn't, put anything on us. It's just that we're not good today. That's it.
Awesome. Best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
Okay, thank you.
There you have it, the captain of Zimbabwe just talking to us about that defeat to Namibia. Now I am joined now by one of the Namibians. Stellar performance, raw emotions that we saw on court now. Talk to us about how you feel, 1 point difference at the end of the game.
Good evening, everyone. Today's game was actually really good. We prepared for it this much. We lost yesterday against Uganda, and we just wanted to come hard for the country, for the nation, and everybody else that has been supporting us throughout this week. So we're really proud of the girls, and we're also thankful for the management team for supporting us and just backing us all the way.
Cornelia, what do you think came down? What came down to the last second for you guys in terms of what brought you guys together?
Honestly, it's about who wanted it the most, and we wanted it the most. Also, I would like to thank Zimbabwe for bringing a hard game. They're also a good side, so yeah, it's who wanted it the most, and unfortunately we got it. Fortunately, sorry.
So apart from the ladies that they faced on the field, which was you, they also faced the rest of the whole year. Talk to us about the atmosphere and maybe your supporters coming out in numbers.
Again, I'd just like to say thank you to the supporters that have been coming out in numbers and supporting us, backing us. We're really thankful, and also, our preparation for this tournament have been very long, and a lot of emotions, of course, because we are women, but also it has been really great, and we are gelling good, so yeah.
Lastly, you are going into the playoffs tomorrow, day 5. Talk to us about just what exactly to expect for you guys.
Honestly, like I said, all these teams that are here are teams that are actually on almost top 15 of the world ranking. So yeah, we just want to put up a fight like we did today and just give all our hearts out and just win again. Yeah.
Best of luck with that tomorrow. We'll definitely be checking you out.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, ending day 4 in dramatic fashion, and for all the Namibians, a joyous occasion, while the Zimbabweans have to sit back, reanalyze, and come back tomorrow after the drawing board. Now, talking about tomorrow, loads of action to come tomorrow. Please do join us once again tomorrow as we bring you day 5 of the Netball Africa Cup right here in SWAKOPMUND.